Okay, Libra, what's going on for you? 12th of July, going through to the 18th of July. Welcome to the Astroflower reading. It's been a long wait by the feel of it, and it's coming to an end that way, I feel. That's what it looks like from here. That's what it's feeling like. It's on both angles as well, and it's much more in the here and now by the feel of it. Yeah, let's go in there. Let's just go straight in there and see what's going on. If you want to know more about the Astroflower, go down in the description. There's loads of links down there. That social aspect that we talked about in the July reading, I think it was in the July reading, might well have been last week's reading. I haven't actually got last week's reading up, simply because computer issues and stuff like that. Yeah, that social aspect seems to be sort of caught your attention in a way on a subconscious level, and it's realizing that, you know, networking is a good way going forward. It seems to be what the July thing was about, and let's see, there seems to be a pivotal moment coming up financially more than anything else. Let's see what that's going. We'll see what's going on with that. For those of you who don't know, that's the relationship side, the emotional side of life. That's the money, business, jobs, etc. That's the overall energy that's running through you. Karmic messages for both sides and the overall outcome. So we've definitely got something going on up there. Let's see what that's all about. And this interesting is over this side, on the karmic side of the finances. Let's just see what's going on in this. Yeah, you may want it to go a little bit quicker, as it were, or life to pick up a pace. Obviously you're moving into your autumn period, so be careful of that. You don't want to get burnt out and stuff like that, so just be careful. There's no reason why you can't continue on the summer activities right through to sort of August period in concerns with your energy. Okay. But there's movement in the offering. That's the thing. There's movement in the offering. Not sure if I don't think it's moving house. That doesn't feel like that. It might be for some of you, but it's movement. It could be the fact that it's summer holidays, that you could be going away on holiday and stuff like that, but there is definitely a purpose to that movement. Anyway, let's get on to the relationship side. Let's see what's going on there. And this is the karmic message, as it were. I've got that. What's that? Tom. I've forgotten his name now. It was with the Travelling Wilburys. I'm sure you'll be able to tell me. Yeah, it's free falling, and it's not free falling as in it's just almost like it's just being free as air, and it's being you, free as air. I think that's what it's trying to encourage at the moment. So, the karmic thing is your message is, if you were reading straight out of the cards, you say, okay, you're stuck. So what I'm getting from the flower is you need to move. So that's what we're getting, and this is like confirming it. This is how we read the Tower in the Astroflower. You know, so it's on your karmic mission this week, as it were, is to free yourself up. Don't get yourself trapped. If something just pops up, I would suggest just go ahead and do it. What have we got to lose? Get used to it by the looks of things, because we got that Three of Wands as well. So that seems to be the overall energy that's pushing through, and that's probably going to go further on than this week. And this is what I mean about travelling in the offering. And this could be travelling in your spirit, of course, and stuff like that, but let's see how the universe is offering up, what the universe is sort of providing here. It's like plain sailing, but you know, it's if you allow it to go freely, the universe is sort of saying if you go with the flow, there you go. I'll get there in a minute. If you go with the flow, it's going to come on leaps and bounds, and it's going to provide you with a great ride, as it were, within your relationships. And I think this is what this whole Three of Air is, just allowing things to flow through. That's what it seems like. Page of Wands, allow your, it's just like that if you go with the flow and then you get that whole sort of child buzz and you kind of go, this is great, let's do that, and I think that's part of you. You got to, everyone's got to let that child out every now and then, and it's learning how to sort of allow, the universe wants to help you to explore your sort of passions in life and be passionate about learning and about expressing yourself and, all of those aspects. Let's have a look. So the guides are sort of like how they're trying to influence that karmic message. They're almost pushing you off like that. They're almost sort of saying, nothing to see here, Libra. Just keep going on, heading on up, that way, go that way. So they're sort of like shielding you off from complications in life. Conflict, competition in regards to relationships, like one-man-upmanships. If there's people around you that are a little bit like that, then I'd stick clear of them if I was you. I wouldn't get into futile sort of complications and conflicts and conflicts of ego as well. Because everyone's got their own ego. Don't tell me don't. Everybody does have it. It's whether you got it under control. That's the thing. And here I think it's more a case of like, you're up for justice and stuff like that, and you can easily get triggered. So I would just be wary of that. And I think your guides are sort of just trying to help you do that, saying, look, Libra, no one to see here. Just keep heading on. Go to the barbecue. Just be social. Enjoy yourself. Go on. And not allowing like life to sort of like poke you in the ribs, as it were. Okay, let's see what's going on with the guides, how the guides are influencing the conversation that is within you. Express yourself. I think this is a moment really to express how you feel and stuff like that. It might have been the same thing last week for you, actually. This may have been building up over time. And it seems to be building up a bit more pressure on this side. So it seems to be almost not urgent, but it's like, as well as I do, that if sometimes in life, if you can't express something and you have to sort of bat it down, as it were, it's going to block other things as well. And sometimes it's better out than in. So, working with other people. And this is what I mean about expressing, the idea of relationships. And this could be family, friends, community, couples, it's working together and each knowing that each person has their own excellence and it is different to your excellence. And together, it makes for the most amazing journey. Is that Bill and Ted something? I don't know. It makes for an amazing combination and it can be very, very productive, working with other people and opening up, as it were. And I think this is what this whole sort of thing is. Almost as like the universe is sort of saying, offering up that childlike inspiration of life. Your guides are holding things out. So it's allowing that childlike thing to come, childlike energy to really flow all the way from the universe into your subconsciousness. So you can actually start combining that with the people around you. They're sort of saying, oh, you make a really nice barbecue. I'll tell you what, you make the barbecue. I'll sort the tables and chairs and everything like that, or I'll get the drink and we'll have a great barbecue. It's respecting everybody's sort of position and being that child that's part of it, having fun, and it's going to free you up. So on the relationship side, it's sort of like the overall thing is really going with the flow. Just going with the flow and let life sort of suck you in that direction, as it were, like a vacuum. Sort of and it just sort of like, brings you out to happiness and joy that's with other people. and being at ease and at one, you know, and it's a bit like, you know, that's how it is. You know, that's me. That's the sort of energy that comes around on it. Very, very confident, by the way. Really nice confidence, you know, with a childlike enthusiasm. Okay, so let's just see what's going on the financial sort of side of you. Here's your karmic path here. For those of you who have been in something for a long time, it looks like payments finally coming through. For those of you who are sort of looking for a job, there is definite possibilities built upon something you've already done. So basically, you could have met someone, say like last year, and you got on really well with them, and they said, look, you know, I work in this place, and you just happen to go past there, and you sort of call in and sort of say, what are you doing? Oh, I'm looking for a job at the moment. They go, well, I've got a job here. That sort of thing, you know. So, you know, life could really be starting to work for you in that sort of sense. If you've been working on your career for some time, it looks like this is the main moment where it'd be good to push this summer for that. And I say you could probably go right up to middle of August, you know, pushing for that pay rise or that wishing for a star. I think your star's coming in, Libra, and this is what I'm saying on this side here. That and this section here in front, I think this is the most important thing. I think this is why this guide's here, is just sort of saying nothing to see here, Libra, don't worry about it, just let the energy flow through. Here is sort of like, you know, concentrating on that, those dreams, those ideals that you had already set out some time ago, and keeping them clear in your mind. When you keep them clear in your mind and you can actually see them and visually see them happening, then you can build on the coincidences around you. And then once you build on the coincidences around you, that's when you're at the door of obtaining it. So there's a definite load of cultivating going on of things. So let's see how the universe is trying to influence that karmic message or karmic path. No time to dilly-dally. That's what the universe is saying. Time to get on the case. Change fortunes, here we go. As I said, this side here is really kicking. There's something brewing right up for you. I don't think it's going to be here now, right this second. I don't think this week is it. I think it's more next week. It'd be interesting to see what comes out in the card 10. But here is definitely where the universe is sort of kind of going, right, we're on your side now, Libra. Let's get it going. Let's get it rocking. These are your dreams, are they? This is your desires. This is what you hope for. This is what you work for. If you've put in the work, you're going to get it back. If you haven't put in the work, it's now, that fortune can play in a different sort of, in a different sort of perspective. But that's what the Astroflower is here for. It's here to help you get the best out of any situation. Once you get into the rhythm of the Astroflower and start understanding the sort of seasonal aspect of it all, and day by day, week by week, month by month, and you start getting into the flow of it, once you start getting into the flow of it, it's going to help you in so many different ways. Yeah, so I think the universe here is sort of, it's coming in quick, it's changes, and it's changes in fortunes basically that are coming your way. So I'd dream big. If you've been dreaming big, keep dreaming. That's what I'd say. Let's see how the guides are hit. They're pushing out, they're bringing it back in. They're they're really sort of like, come on, I'm bringing it in, they're directing, they're really funneling stuff in your direction. Okay, but are they funneling sleepless nights? There's almost sort of, I would say there, it's like sometimes when you read cards and they're upside down and stuff like that, it's a little bit like here. So for me, the message is that the guides are kind of coming in, yes, it could cause you stress and sleepless nights. But once you realise the fortunes and the universe is changing in your favour, all of a sudden, those stress and sleepless nights will turn into a good type of stress during the day, so you'll be a lot more productive. And you allow those guides to be the ones to take the stress. They're sort of bringing stuff into you that you're going to need, or the fortunes that you're going to need, the successes that you're going to need. So they're taking away that idea of you, if once you can visualize what you want, etc., if you stress about not getting it, there's a better chance of you not getting it. And I think this is where the guides are trying to help you out. There's a similar sort of thing on this sort of side, the way the guides are sort of saying, nothing to see here, Libra, just let the energy flow through. On this side here is just sort of kind of saying, they're almost sort of saying, just let it come in, Libra, just let it, don't worry about it, just let it come in. Just let that success come in. And it is a bit free-flowing as well. And I think that free-flowing has come after a moment of procrastination or a moment of anticipation to go on a journey, but not quite stepped off into the water as yet. I'm actually going to sneeze, I think. You ready? There you go. Yeah, so I think that's more of it. I think your guides are really taking a hit for you. So if they're taking a hit for you, make sure you put in the the energy you need to succeed. And that energy has got a lot to do with this Five of Wands here on this side, even though it is on the financial side. It's that sort of attitude of wanting to learn and wanting to succeed, but being very light-hearted about it and enjoying yourself and, being very thankful for this success after a long haul. Okay? So let's just see how the guides are trying to influence the conversation that is within you. And I've got to say, this Nine of Swords has come up for a lot of people. I think for a lot of people, it has been a case of, yes, it's a stressful world we live in at the moment. And I think it's more that the case than you being stressed and having sleepless nights. I don't see that within you. Obviously, it might be for some of you, but for the majority, I would have thought it's going to be more of a case of your guides taking away that stress so you can literally, go to hell for leather, sort of scenario. Let's see how the guides are trying to influence this conversation here. Sorry, I've got that image of like a boxing manager, sort of kind of, looking at the boxer and just kind of going, come on, you can do it. It's got that. It's really encouraging. They really want you to be sociably at ease and have success and be part of a changing world, so you can help develop the new paradigm that we're gradually going into. And this is regardless of your level. As I was saying earlier on, if you hadn't had a job for some time and you met that person and it comes back round to you, there's a reason for all of that, and it's a case of that reason there is so you can put yourself in a better place, so then you can start enjoying your life. And once you start enjoying your life, you might realise I love scuba diving. No, Liban probably won't like scuba diving. But you might like windsurfing, cycling, or tennis. Something with very Aryan stuff in it. And then you think, whilst I'm doing this job, I might as well do a training course in this. And I want to do, then I could be like a cycling coach or whatever, tennis coach, or open up a tennis club or whatever. It's that sort of thing. So whichever level you're coming in at, it is the start of something of a change of fortune. If you're going to put the time in and the effort into it, you're going to do really well, Libra. So, Ten of Swords, yeah. I think they're really protecting you here, you guys. Ten of Swords, Ten of Wands. I do apologise, I hope I didn't frighten you there. Ten of Wands. So Ten of Wands is carrying a bit too much. But also at the same time, you could say that person has accumulated a lot of things over a very long journey. So you can turn around and say, it's a lot of weight upon your shoulders. But also, it could be the fact that, as I said, you met someone a year ago and then you meet them again in that shop and they're actually looking for someone, so then therefore you get that job. Or you've been working on a project for a long time and finally you start getting the fruits. That's what that is all about. Your guides here are reminding you, saying, you've worked hard here, Libra. You've put the hours in. You've put the work in. You deserve this. And they're sort of saying, you now go and grab it, go and take it. That's what they seem to be sort of saying here. Let's see what the outcome is. It's like you've been underwater for a long time and you come up and you finally go, and you take that first breath of fresh air, that's what it seems like that's coming up there. Hierophant. Yeah, totally. See, the Hierophant, I was explaining this on someone else, yeah? So, you wish for something, yeah? But the thing is, that is like a wish. That cord going up there. It's like you're throwing it to the universe saying, I wish for this. The Hierophant, on the other hand, has got that same cord going up to the top. But the Hierophant has understood. Therefore, he's learned those lessons so he can go up to that star at any given point. And that's why he's so happy. And I think this is in the offering for you. It is that sort of, do you know what? I can create my own future. You know, if we were just reading straight cards off the bat, obviously you could say, financially there's a lot on, that's causing you a lot of stress. This is the change of fortunes against you. Your dreams are at risk. If I was reading straight out the cards, that's what it would be like. But I don't read like that. You know, the Astroflower is not built like that. The Astroflower understands that there's elements, that there's qualities, that there's rhythms, that there's the solar energy, the Earth's energy, your energy, the combination of the universal energy. There's all of that gets put into this Astroflower. You know, and once you start learning about the Astroflower, it's actually a lot easier to put yourself in a position where you will always be gaining somewhere along the line. That's what it's all about. So I wouldn't worry too much about these sort of cards at all. I think they're really good cards, actually, in those positions, in the context of the thing. You've got a lot of wealth within you. That's the thing, Libra. And once you realise that, that's when the journey is going to start, because you'll realise it and you'll start actioning it. And I think that action is going to come in after the 18th. Probably around about the 21st, 23rd, 21st to 24th, I guess. Around about that sort of period. That being next week's reading after that. So, there you go, Libra. Yeah, very interesting reading for you. Yeah. If you want to be part of the Astroflower family and you want to support this channel, you're more than welcome. It's very easy to do. It won't cost you anything at all. You just need to subscribe and click that bell and share this video. You know, share it, like it, comment on it. It's always good. Communication is brilliant. Everybody learns. We're all in the learning curve, and so let's all join in together and learn together. Anyway, Libra, in the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.